Okay, now we're joined by attacker Ariel Lassiter. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll start with Michelle Kaufman.
Hey, Ari, congratulations, first of all, making the playoffs. Two-part question, if you don't mind, kind of related. You guys don't officially know yet if the game's at Red Bull Arena, if it's at Citi Field. Does it affect your mentality and your preparation at all as a player, knowing or not knowing exactly what the venue is? And then number two, what is the general team mentality right now? There's always kind of a danger that a team that's so dying to make the playoffs makes the postseason, and then it's like, okay, we've reached our goal, and there's a letdown. What is the team mentality right now going to New York?
Yeah, well, I mean, not too sure. I mean, we've been told Red Bull Arena from the beginning, but as a player, we're just focused on what we need to do. It doesn't matter where we play. We have to go over there and get the job done to get into the next round. From a team standpoint, everybody's, excited, happy to be in this position. Of course, over the weekend, it was a tough loss, but, now we can wrap our heads around what's next, and we know that we can't be complacent, and we have to step out on the field and be 100% mentally, physically, emotionally for what's ahead. So New York City is our opponent, and we're looking to go over there and go on to the next round.
Jose?
Hola, Ari. Quisiera preguntarte más o menos en esa línea también de la cancha, sobre todo porque tú eres un jugador que juega por los costados y normalmente en una cancha de béisbol los costados son los que sufren de espacio. ¿Cómo cambia eso tu óptica del partido? Y una segunda rapidita, no me van a dejar pasar los aficionados de la liga, no sé si te enteraste, pero ayer clasificaron a la final de la liga con CACAF, no sé si tienes algunas palabras, sé que te quieren mucho allá en Costa Rica.
Sí, bueno, obviamente la cancha, si es que vamos a jugar en una cancha de béisbol, es más pequeña. La dinámica es totalmente diferente. Tengo que buscar diferentes espacios. Un jugador como yo, que juego por las bandas. No, pero yo siento que con la calidad que tenemos, de los jugadores que tenemos, no importa dónde sea, podemos ir allá, sacar el resultado que queremos y sacar una victoria. Y bueno, para todos, la afición de la liga y todos los jugadores, felicidades porque eso no es fácil, ¿verdad? De llegar a ese punto y feliz de que ellos pueden tener la oportunidad de ganar otro trofeo, ¿verdad? Y seguir pasando. Y bueno, extraño estar allá, pero estoy feliz aquí, entonces bendiciones y abrazo a todos de allá en Costa Rica.
We'll go to Steve, and then Ian.
Phil was just talking about sort of unity in the squad, you guys going out on scooters and the other guys hanging around. Just have you noticed as the season's gone on that the group has come sort of closer together and there's like a good feeling with everyone?
Yeah, I mean, the club made a lot of changes in the preseason and throughout the season. I think we found our rhythm. I think that has to do a lot with the chemistry that we have off the pitch. A lot of the boys like to get together, whether if it's relaxing or golfing or whatever the case may be. We are very united in that sense, and I think that shows on the pitch. We all sacrifice for each other, help each other, motivate each other to try to be the best that we can on the field, and I feel like it's showing. So I think all that stuff is very important, and especially going into playoffs where we need everyone to be at 100%.
We'll go to Ian, then Michelle, then Andrea.
Thanks, Rafa. Hey, Ari. NYCFC has gotten very good at pinching teams in, and especially with those wingbacks, Cal and Gray, have been really successful for them. How do you, with the narrower pitch, how do you get past just beating them with pace? You have to be a little more technical. What can you do to move the ball around to get around those guys?
Yeah, like I was saying, we have to be a little bit more dynamic in the way that we play. We're not going to be able to use all the wide spaces, but we have to use as much of the pitch as we can. It's about some players coming in short, other players going long, different tactics and trying to find different spaces underneath and maybe shooting from further out, drawing out lines, drawing out players to open up different spaces. But, they do very well in those scenarios. But like I said, it doesn't matter where we play. We got to go over there. We have to fight, and it's playoffs now, so it's always 50-50. You never know what you get, but we're going to go over there and try to do our job.
Sure.
That togetherness and spirit that you're talking about away from the pitch, is that something that you think was instilled by Phil? Is that something that was instilled by some leaders on the team, or did it just kind of happen organically this year? Because it didn't seem to be the case last year.
You know, I definitely think Phil plays a big role in that and the coaching staff, but it also takes everyone in the squad to really buy into that. You know, if you have one or two players that don't, then it all falls apart. But I definitely feel that every single one of us, whether big role, small role, have played a big part in that, in trying to grow together, get to know each other. Because when you do that, it gives you that little bit of extra push on the field, you know, to run that extra sprint, make that extra pass, or whatever it may be, for the guy standing next to you, and that goes a long way on the pitch.
One follow-up on that. Gonzalo's turnaround, his kind of resurrection, his attitude change that he's even talked about. Phil's talked about it. How much did that influence this, this sort of team spirit when he started dressing up for the fashion show and he started making sprints, defending, how much did that change affect the team?
Yeah, well, when a player like that, when you see the drive and where he wants to get to and where he wants the team to be at the end of the season, which is holding up a trophy, and putting in those little efforts. You know, the fashion show is nothing, but it's something fun that we like to do, and being out there on the pitch is what we love, and he's really taking it by the scruff of the neck as far as being a part of the team and being a real leader with every single one of us. And for us, it's the cherry on top to let him go out as a champion, and he wants that more than anything. And we want to see him happy at the end of the season.
So that's an extra motivator, like win
Of course.
for Gonzalo.
Of course.
Andrea?
Ari, yo te tengo dos rápidas. Lo vimos practicando penales hoy. ¿Eso es algo que tienen decidido quiénes van a ser los 5 penaleros en el caso que hagan solo 5 penales? ¿O es algo que Phil les ha dicho que decidirán en el momento? ¿A ti te gusta decir, yo puedo tomar la pelota y decir, yo puedo tirar un penal? Y segundo, hablando de la escuela, una rápida, va a ser un clásico centroamericano. Tú que pasaste allá tantos años, no se te dio el título, pero ¿crees que es bueno para el fútbol de Centroamérica este tipo de torneos en donde tienen a 2 de los equipos más grandes compitiendo por el título?
Sí, bueno, sobre los penales, siento que es difícil, ¿no? Porque a veces un entrenador tal vez tenga sus 5, pero en el momento tal vez un jugador no se siente confiante de ir a tirar uno, pero todo depende en el momento. Yo siempre he sido un jugador que no importa lo que ha pasado dentro del partido, yo siempre quiero ser dentro de los 5 de ir a tirar un penal. Bueno, sobre lo de la liga y el torneo, es súper importante, ¿no? No solo para el equipo, la institución, para Costa Rica también, y para los jugadores, para que ellos puedan sobresalir, para que podamos enseñar todo a Centroamérica, Norteamérica y el mundo del talento que tenemos en Costa Rica y también en la liga.
Perfect. Thank you, Ari, and thank you to all the media members.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Record.